each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, "What you think about this? You want to do that?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, cool." So yeah. And I told him, I said, "Well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there, and we'll line it up." Wow. And he said, "All right." And when I jump out there, act like he ain't know what's going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play? All right, cool. Well, how about blood?
These are two rap legends whose decades-old beef just exploded into the ugliest feud hip-hop has seen in years, all because a 21-year-old decided to cross the one line that should never be crossed. This is how T.I.'s son King Harris turned a simple versus challenge into a family war that shocked even his own father. The foundation for this explosive confrontation was laid back in 2007 when T.I. faced federal gun charges and worked out a plea deal with authorities. 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity, implied that T.I. had snitched to get that deal. That accusation created a rift that would simmer for nearly 2 decades, occasionally bubbling to the surface, but never quite boiling over. Fast forward to 2020, and the pandemic gave T.I. the perfect opportunity to settle old scores. Versus battles were taking over social media, with legendary artists facing off in friendly competition. T.I. saw his chance and publicly challenged 50 Cent, even wishing him a happy 45th birthday on Instagram with the words, "Pull your ass up with 20 of your records, man." But 50 wasn't interested. He scoffed at the request, dismissing T.I. as beneath his level. T.I. didn't give up easily. In 2021, at the premiere party for Black Family Mafia, he tried again. "Hey 50, we got to do this for Zoos, man." Still nothing from 50 Cent. The dismissal was deliberate and calculated, designed to get under T.I.'s skin. But February 2024 changed everything. It started innocently enough when T.I. appeared on Nightcap with Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson on February 6th, once again bringing up the idea of a versus battle. Then, on February 10th, hip-hop historian No Face posted a video of a phone conversation between T.I. and Kevin Hart discussing the potential battle. When 50 Cent saw this, he finally responded, but not how T.I. expected. Instead of agreeing to the battle, 50 called T.I. King Rat, bringing up those old snitching allegations again. The real explosion came on February 20th. After T.I. appeared on $1 Million Worth of Game podcast continuing to push for their battle, 50 Cent decided he'd had enough. But instead of targeting T.I. directly, he went after something more personal. He posted a photo of T.I.'s wife, Tiny Harris, performing on stage with the caption, "I keep saying keep my name out your mouth, okay?" The image was deliberately unflattering, chosen to humiliate and provoke. In hip-hop, there's an unspoken rule. You don't bring family into beef, especially spouses and children. 50 Cent had just shattered that boundary. That's when King Harris entered the picture. Born Clifford Joseph Harris III on August 25, 2004, King had grown up watching his father's career and absorbing the lessons of hip-hop culture. At 21, he was already making his own name as a rapper under the stage name Kid Zion, with over 500,000 Instagram followers and an estimated net worth of $500,000. But he was still young, still learning the subtle rules that govern rap feuds. When King saw 50 Cent disrespecting his mother, something inside him snapped. That same day, February 20th, he posted a video response that would shock the hip-hop world. His words were raw and unfiltered, crossing every possible line as he mocked the death of 50 Cent's mother, who died tragically in 1983 when 50 was only 8 years old. This wasn't just any death. Sabrina Jackson's murder remains unsolved to this day. Someone had allegedly drugged her and left her unconscious before setting her apartment on fire. As 50 once explained, someone put something in her drink and turned the gas on. After that, every time something went wrong, I'd think, if my mother was here, it wouldn't be like that. Sabrina had been everything to young Curtis Jackson. She was a single parent who played both mother and father roles in his life. She was my mom and my dad, and she was tough, so I didn't know when it was okay to be emotional and when it wasn't, 50 later told Page Six. Her death shaped him into the hardened persona that would later become 50 Cent. King Harris wasn't done. He posted an image of what appeared to be Sabrina Jackson's gravesite, escalating the disrespect even further. The hip-hop community was stunned. Social media erupted with divided reactions. Some defended King's response, arguing that 50 Cent had started it by targeting Tiny. "Once you bring family up, nothing is off limits," wrote one supporter. Others were horrified, writing, "T.I. needs to keep his disrespectful kid out of it." T.I. found himself caught in an impossible position. His son had defended the family honor, but in doing so had violated one of hip-hop's most sacred rules. The situation escalated when King released a diss track called Salus on February 27th, wearing a custom t-shirt with 50 Cent's mother's image printed on the front. Even Rick Ross, no fan of 50 Cent himself, jumped into King's comments asking for one of the shirts. "Need dat T in a 3X lil bro." T.I.'s other son, Domani Harris, also released his own diss track called Ms. Jackson, showing that the entire Harris family was now involved in this war. But the moment T.I. saw that t-shirt, he knew his son had gone too far. "I said that's enough when I seen that damn t-shirt," he would later reveal. "I said, man, chill out. I'm big on treating people the way I want to be treated, so I don't want to see my children doing others." On March 3rd, 2024, T.I. appeared on the Ebro Laura Rosenberg show for nearly 4 minutes of uncomfortable television. The Atlanta rapper, known for his confidence and defiance, looked genuinely conflicted as he addressed his son's actions. "He went too far, I don't approve of that," T.I. admitted. The words seemed to pain him as he spoke them. Here was a father torn between protecting his family and maintaining his principles. "Did I spent so much time trying to get this young man off the ledge? Did I?" continued. "Now, he has justifiable means to undo all of the teaching that I've been teaching." The frustration in his voice was clear. Years of trying to guide his son toward making better decisions had been undone in a moment of rage. But T.I. also expressed a conflicted pride. "The one thing that I am proud of out of all this is that the women and children in our family see that it's a line of men that's here against who the hell ever." He understood his son's instinct to protect their mother, even as he regretted how they'd done it. During the interview, T.I. revealed that King and Domani had acted independently, jumping into the situation without consulting him first. They had justified their actions by saying they were just responding to 50 Cent's attack on Tiny. "I couldn't argue against their logic," T.I. admitted, though his tone suggested he wished he could have. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's response was characteristically dismissive. He posted a simple LOL with a cartoon frog meme, maintaining his brand of sarcastic humor. His other posts included gems like, "I feel so threatened, please don't hurt me guys," treating the entire family's anger as a joke. The feud had transformed from a simple challenge to a battle into something much darker and more personal. In trying to defend his family's honor, this is the story of how one young man's loyalty to his mother turned a decades-old rivalry into hip-hop's most controversial family feud, leaving his father to choose between supporting his son and maintaining the values he tried to instill. Sometimes protecting the people you love means protecting them from themselves.